Opening up, UFC 292, we have Austin Hubbard taking on Kurt Holobaugh. Austin Hubbard, 15-6 overall, 2-3-2 in his last 5, and that was before getting into the Ultimate Fighter house. I'm not including those fights in their records because those aren't professional fights. Those are exhibitions. He's taking on Kurt Holobaugh, 19-7 overall, 2-3 in his last 5. He is on a 2-fight win streak and then a 2-year layoff, all before getting into the house. But he has made his way to the finale. I like Kurt Holobaugh a good amount. I've actually been watching him for a while. If you look at his record, he's 0-6 in the UFC. The reality is he's 1-5 in the UFC. He did beat my good friend from Connecticut, Matt Bissett, and he looked great in that fight. The guy comes forward. He's a good striker. He has absolute incredible combinations. Everything he throws, 8 fights, or 8 punches, 6 punches. He's going to come forward, throw the combinations, throw with power. He's got a nice solid stance, decent takedown defense, and he's honestly solid everywhere. That win over Matt Bissett, I think it was a contender. Yeah, it was a contender series fight. That win was overturned. He did take an IV, which is banned by USADA. But like I said, you're going to see 0-6 in the UFC. It's 1-5. He's taking on Austin Hubbard. This guy is gritty, pretty well-rounded, so he's good everywhere. He's got a ton of heart, good amount of power in his hands. Mostly a striker, but he's pretty well-rounded overall. He can be taken down, but he's got a good get-up game. His official stint in the UFC, when he was actually in the UFC before the Ultimate Fighter, he went 3-4. Then he got a couple of regional wins, made his way onto the Ultimate Fighter. So this is serving as the Ultimate Fighter finale, the Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler finale. This is one of the fights. The other fight, we don't know yet, but that will be, once the website's up and running, you'll see the breakdown there, and if there's any bets on it, we'll have those. We're not going to be able to talk about it during this video because we don't know yet. I like Kurt in this fight. I like the underdog. It's easy to say he's winless in the UFC, but, you know, let me read off his most 3 recent losses in the UFC. Thiago Moises, good. Shane Burgos, good. Hani Barcelos, good. And these were in 2018, 2019, when these people were all very good. So I think Kurt's striking combinations, his power, potentially could be way too much. The only concern I have, and the reason I didn't place a bet, is Austin Hubbard's got a good chin on him and takedown. So in theory, he could just take whatever he's going to take, get a takedown, and just ride it out. But I do think Kurt is in a very good spot to win this fight. And I think these opening odds made a lot more sense than the current odds. These are really wide odds. Kurt's good. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Are you going to place a bet? Or?
I did not. No.
Okay. I'll be honest with you. I don't really care about the Ultimate Fighter. I don't watch the Ultimate Fighter. I don't really care about the Ultimate Fighter. But randomly for this fight, this could end up being one of the fight of the nights because, as you mentioned, both these guys are kind of tough, gritty. I do agree Kurt has the power advantage. Austin has the wrestling advantage. But this could easily turn into the fight of the night. They're fighting for for the UFC lives again, the second chances to come back. So this could randomly turn into a real-life slobber knocker and be a lot of fun. But breaking down the fights, placing bets on the fights, for me, is not that interesting. I mean, I was like watching film, and I was just like, a lot of times, most of the times, I'm motivated to watch films because I'm excited about the card. I was watching film on these guys. I'm like, all right, just move on. But Austin's going to be my pick because of the wrestling, because I think that he can take the power of Kurt. I think it definitely turns sloppy. I think both these guys are going to have their moments. It should be a fun fight, but I think Austin, in the end, is just a little bit grittier, and I kind of see that sparkle in his eye. I did watch a couple episodes of Tough early on, and I think he was one of the earlier fights, so I did watch it. And he does seem motivated. So
no, Austin's definitely good. Austin's the more well-rounded fighter. I just love the striking combinations of Kurt are fantastic. He literally will throw 6, 7, 8 punch combinations, not just like loosey-goosey throwing things out there, just actual combinations, and I do like that for him. Both of these guys have lost plenty, so it's not like one's a wild up-and-coming prospect, and that was the theme of the Ultimate Fighter. I like Kurt. Therefore, I am not going to have Austin in my DraftKings lineup. $8,400 is a decent price if he's going to get 1,000 takedowns and ride it out and just chill on top. But, I'm probably not going to do anything with either one of these guys. We'll have 12 fights total, so 24 fighters to pick from in our lineup. So I think I'm probably going to put these guys out of them. I would assume you'll do the same, considering you didn't even watch any of The Ultimate Fighter.
I just said I watched a couple episodes.
Oh, okay. Which ones? What happened in the episodes?
Austin won his fight. I know that. And I saw one where Conor was like in the basement. I saw the one where he gives the kid, what's funny too is when that kid came with like these custom action figures, which weren't even really that great. I thought they were actually going to be like awesome, like handmade or whatever. He just takes other action figures and puts it on these action figures. Like it's that weird looking toy in Toy Story that just kind of get all put together. And Connor's like, oh man, this is great, man. Can I pay you for him? Can I buy him? And the kid's like, yeah, you can buy him. And Connor pulls out this stack that's probably fucking 20, 30, maybe $50,000, and the kid's eyes light up. And he's like, boom, 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 boom. 1,000 will do it? And the kid's like, oh yeah, because I think he thought he was going to get like fucking $10,000 or something.
Yeah, because like,
pop. There you go.
Meanwhile, he would have been lucky if $100 would have been incredibly
Those
generous.
toys sucked.
That was poor bastard. Anyway,
Lily is just like taking pieces off other and then kind of painting. I expected when he pulled it out, I thought it was going to be like this custom 3D printed. It just fucking other parts stuck to other parts. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Every kid does that. Why is this kid special? Every kid did that. Well, I didn't play with dolls, but
yeah, it's very. And you would change the outfits and the shoes and stuff.
Everyone wore a dress in my room.
So this is a tea party. Buckle in, motherfuckers. Buckle
Pinky in the fucking air right now.
Run it back.
Get that fucking pinky up.
Anyway, it's an interesting fight to open up this card. It's not like you said, it may be very, very exciting. It's not the biggest name. I think this Ultimate Fighter, I think this was sort of a dud, meaning they thought they were going to throw Conor at it, and it was going to revive the series and be this huge thing. It was on ESPN, not even ESPN Plus. I don't know anybody who's like, actually Josh the Web guy watches it. I don't know anybody who religiously is like, yes.
I literally try. I watched the first episode and I was like, is this really what this show's about? Because I've never watched it ever, so I didn't know what to expect.
I watched like the first 8 and they were awesome.
And then I watched the second episode and I was like, oh, this is fucking boring.
Yes.
It's like
this season
it's just so shallow. There's no like depth. I thought there was gonna be like the real world and stuff, like depth to it with the characters in the house and stuff. But everything is just so surface. Even with the coaches, there's just nothing. It's like 30 seconds of Conor like training him. So I thought it was gonna be like in depth. I was like, oh, this fucking sucks.
The first couple of seasons were spectacular. It was the real world. Like they let him drink, they let him do whatever. It was wild. And now if I have the choice, hey, you want to watch The Ultimate Fighter? With fights that aren't live, like the fights aren't live. So you want to watch The Ultimate Fighter or the challenge is on? Yeah, I'm going to watch the challenge 10 out of 10 times. Or Big Brother.
The challenge isn't live either.
No, you're right. But I would, that's what I'm saying. Like,
and it's
between two I don't give a shit.
WWE.
That show's great. Challenge is great.
At the end of every script, CT wins.
CT's the man. That dude's the man. Anyway, become a premium member. WeWantPicks.com. It's only $10 a month. You'll get everything you could ever imagine, and then even more than that.